Hello and welcome. I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about making reading logs. Now, this has been a point of discussion over the last several weeks as we are having a reading competition. Now, the first part of that competition is held in Epic. Now, Epic will keep track of all of your reading time automatically. So you see here everybody's times and days, how much they've read, how many minutes they've read each day, how many days they've read for 20 minutes each week, and that's all kept automatically. And all you have to do is read as long as it's on Epic. Now, I've had lots of questions. What if I want to read on a different platform? What if I'd like to read a physical book? Maybe I got one from the library. Maybe I have one in my own personal library at home. Or maybe I'd like to read a book on another website such as Raz Kids or something like that. Well, what you need to do in that case is create a reading log. A reading log will look like this. Okay, so this is one of the students' reading logs. He has his date column, the name of the book column, pages column, and minutes column. This is something that we discussed right in the beginning of the year. I asked everyone to create one of these. Some of you maybe made it on paper, maybe lost it or forgot about it. But Colton has been keeping his all year long, for example, so you can see every month everything he's done. So what I'll do if you create a reading log is I can just take a look at the date of that week. So for example, this week we have just simply the 7th and then the 8th. And I can see how many minutes that were read. So you might ask, how would I create my own reading log like Colton's? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click a new tab. And then what you're going to do is you are going to start the app button. So you see the app button here. Sometimes we call it the waffle. We've also called it just the 9 dots, for example. So what we're going to do is you're going to click that, and then you're going to go down here, and you're going to click on this green rectangle called Sheets. Now, Sheets is for keeping track of data. Okay, so here's an example of what that looks like. What you're going to do is you're just going to create a new one. All right, and you see everything is laid out in these rectangles. It might look a little intimidating at first, but it's pretty easy to use. Just going to click into the first box. You're going to type the word date. That's going to be your first column where you're going to keep track of the date that you've read. The next column, title. Okay, let's go over, click the next rectangle over. Now we're going to click time or minutes, however you want to say it. Some other optional things you could put. You could put author. You could put pages. You could put medium or platform. You don't have to do all of those. Those are just examples. Okay. Now, let's say you want to change the size of some of these columns. Well, simply click and drag here where you see the letter A or B. You can click and drag. Now, just to simplify, I'm going to remove these ones and just keep it to our most basic 3. So let's say you read a book today, 3/8. So you're going to write 3/8. That's today's date. Then you're going to put the title of the book. Again, you see how this is a little bit too skinny. What you're going to do is you're going to click the B above in that column, find the side, and stretch it out like this. Okay, so I'm going to put the title of the book, Little House on the Prairie. Say I read that book today. Now, I'm just going to put the number of minutes that I read here. Let's say I read 23 minutes. There you go. And that's how you would create a reading log. Now, every day, you're going to go in. Let's say we read something tomorrow, 3/9. Maybe I read Little House on the Prairie again. Maybe I'm continuing to read the same book. A fun trick is if you pull down the bottom right corner of a column, you can just pull it down and it will repeat. Let's say we read 23 minutes again. We'll automatically add one if you do that, but so you can change it if you need to. Also with the date, you can do the same thing and it's going to add up 3/9, 3/10, 3/11, and so on. All right, so that's how you create a reading log. The next step that I would do is say your name's reading log. Say your name is Jimmy. Just put Jimmy's reading log. And you're going to share it by clicking the share button here in the top right corner. I would always share it with me so that I know what you're up to, and hit send. All right, well, I hope that helps you to be able to work on your own reading log. Have a wonderful day.